Heyo and welcome to another Ninja Bill Reviews, and today we're going to be taking a look at Transformers Studio Series 86, Transformers the movie Autobot Hot Rod. And there he is, and I'm going to be comparing him against the Masterpiece Hot Rod figure as well. So that is the only comparison I'm really going to be doing in this video. I could compare all the others. I've shown images on Facebook of the many various Hot Rods I have. I've shot this video like 3 times now, and I keep having to redo it, and it's a pain in the butt to do, to be quite honest, time consuming. So I'm just keeping into this. We're comparing this figure to this figure because everybody is talking about this guy is better than this guy, or this guy is better than this one, and I'm going to show what's the same. I'm going to show what's different, what I like about that one, what I like about this one, what I don't like about this one and that one, what I like about this one over that one, etc, etc. So ain't nothing to it but to get down to it. So we'll take him out of here, we'll take him out of here, and we will bring in this box. I need to raise my camera up here, and here is the box, and this is the Studio Series 86 line, and it says 86 Transformers the movie Studio Series Autobot Hot Rod 8 Hasbro Transformers Generations Takara Tomy. Nice clear viewing area, very cool image of Hot Rod opening the Matrix as he would do. There is a nice close-up on that face, pretty cool. It says Voyager, although we'll get into that. Very nice image again, 86 going on there. There's the top, there's the bottom, there's the back right here. Has him in robot mode, has him in alt mode, takes 29 steps, has some other stuff going on here. It says big screen inspired scale detail backdrop inside the box there. Transformers the movie Autobot Hot Rod, the depths of Unicron, and that's the inside packaging in there. And normally I don't show off the Studio Series packaging. This is the clamshell, the thing on the interior, but this is it. We'll pull back this boom. This is the, whoops, I hit my camera, get rid of that box. This is the inside of that, and you can tilt my camera down some, there we go, put him on there, and there he is inside that. And you know, it's pretty cool. If I had the room to display it like that, I probably would. I'm thankful that they're thinking about this as a display option. They're giving you a display option. I enjoy that. So, you know, that's pretty cool too. Let's see what it looks like with this guy inside there, eh? He's too big. There we go. There you go. There's with the Masterpiece inside it. Kind of works. Kind of works. Anyway, get rid of that. Get rid of that. There's that. If you're into that sort of thing, and we will lower my camera back down and move on to reviewing this guy. And we're back, and this is the Studio Series 86 Hot Rod, and he's pretty cool. I really like him. I'm going to take this off for a moment. I'm going to take this off for a moment right here. That is pretty tight on mine. Gonna go ahead and bring that fist back out. There we go. Swing that around. That's all it is. You open it up, swing it around. Has the peg on one side so you can attach that in and close that up, and we'll take a look at him. I'll clean him up here. There we go. There we go, and he's pretty cool. He's a pretty cool figure. We'll look at the accessories in a moment. So here he is. Oh, I've got that visor down. He does have a visor on that head sculpt, which is pretty cool. Pan in a bit more. It's pretty cool. Got the dark blue visor. I dig it. I dig it a lot. And you just open up his head here, and you get that, and you swing that around, fold that in, close that up, make sure it's closed in right, and this is his head. And the light's not catching it properly. There we go. He's got some nice blue eyes. Panning in even more. Blue eyes, gray face, silver on that crest. Bit of a darker red going on around there. That's pretty cool. I dig that. I dig that a lot. It's pretty nice head sculpt all in all. So, there's the back of the head. In case you're interested in that sort of thing. But I like that, you know, and it's not too bad. That it's a little splotched, you know, paint going on there, but otherwise, not bad. It's not terrible. Blue in those eyes, each one of those eyes. That's pretty cool. Pan back some. It's got some nice molded detailing in there. I can dig that a lot. Move this light up a little further ahead. Some silver, some orange right there. Got orange and yellows. Got the lights painted orange down there. Gray for those fists. Orange here, broken up by yellow on those joints there. Sort of this grayish purple going on here. There we go. And that red, now I would have kind of liked on this one. I like the way that this transforms better than this. I will admit, I like the transformation on the Masterpiece better than the transformation on this, and I like the way this is a clean leg all the way around versus this, which isn't. But at least they hide that gap in there, and those are 5mm ports in case you want to, you know, stick a weapon or something in there. You know, you could certainly do that. you could store those right there if you wish. He does have weapon storage. I will show that off in a few moments. Got some gray right there. I think that would have been better if it had been painted red. I've heard a lot of people complaining about this yellow in the canopy, and you know, it doesn't bother me. We had the same thing in the Titan's Return. Okay, so you know, I've heard people saying watch out for this because this breaks easy. Here's the thing, I have not had a problem with any breakage on this figure, okay? I've not felt like I'm going to break the figure, although I will admit some of the joints feel a little iffy, specifically the joints in the leg. But otherwise, you know, it's pretty good. I like it. I like the bright yellows going on here. I like that Autobot symbol right there. It's a very clean symbol. There's not very clean flames on there. I wish this collar would go back a bit more, but because of transformation, I understand why it does not. Silver up there. I dig that. Got silver on those wheels up there. Now, I have painted the wheels down here. You'll see that in vehicle mode. But yeah, he's pretty cool. He's pretty cool, and I dig him. I dig him a lot. I do. I dig this guy a lot. Is he perfect? No, not in the slightest, and we'll get there. First, we'll talk about articulate. Bleh. No English. I'm very tired. It's like 3 o'clock in the morning. All right, so articulation. Head will look up. There you go. That's a pretty good up. Decent down. A bit side to side, so you can have that. As you saw, it does swivel all the way around, which is pretty good. Arms could go all the way around except for this right here. You can't really get around that, so, but you can do that. It's enough. Arms will go out that far on that joint in there, which I think is one of the failings on this figure. I don't like the way that shoulder is done. I don't like it. I don't think it's done very well. For posing, it sort of hinders some posing. I mean, you can get around it, I guess, like that or whatnot. I don't like the way that joint is done. I just don't. I think I would have preferred a universal right there instead of this disc hinge that's going on there. And it rotates, you know, that the joint itself there rotates and the arm rotates, and so you can, you know, fake a butterfly, which is nice, but as well as a bit of back, but not much for the butterfly back. I don't like it, okay? You have a joint there on the elbow. and you get slightly over 90 degrees of bend. You do have a wrist swivel, and you have a base pin right there for that. Pretty cool. And of course, he, as you saw, can hold his weapons. You can change that out to hold the saw. Get his arms up out of the way here. Does have a waist swivel, no rocker or ab rock crunch, which is a shame. I'll show that the other one does. He can kick forward that far, can only go back that far, go out that far. All the joints on mine are pretty tight, so that one finally went, but yeah, pretty tight. Does have disc joints there for his knees, and as such you have a double jointed knee. Gets some good range out of there. Does have a nice bit of up on that foot, a bit of back, and a nice rocker. So, you know, he's pretty well articulated, although not as well articulated as the Masterpiece, which I will demonstrate now. So I will need to move my camera up a bit more here, and I bump it. All right, so let's set him aside, all right, and we'll bring in the Masterpiece. I'm gonna have to get rid of these weapons, but before I do, just like on that version, this connects via a peg there and a port on that, and if you so choose, you can actually use the 86 one on there if you so choose, if you want to compare the sizes there. And I like the clear plastic they used on this. I dig the clear plastic they used on this, all right, versus the solid plastic they used on this. I do like that. I do like that. We'll get rid of that, and his hand, of course, will come out from there. I like that swing out panel. I like the way this transforms a little bit better than this one, but on this one at least it's more solid. Of course, mine is rough getting out of there. Boom, and clean him up. Clean him up. Now, a lot of people dislike this figure, okay? I will say that a lot of people dislike this figure. I happen to like this figure, except that this joint always untabs all the time, every time. Let's get this weapon out of there. I'll be right back. Now, a lot of people dislike this figure, and most of it is because of how skinny he looks here. They don't like this right here, whereas I will agree this looks a little more robust than that does. So, you know, in that aspect, I can see it. There are things I like his scale better than this one. That is a true Voyager scale, okay? Not the new Voyager, the old Voyager scale. That is a true Voyager scale. This thing is a deluxe. All day, every day. I don't care what they say on the packaging. And they're probably calling it a deluxe because of all the accessories that you get. I mean, you do get a ton of accessories, but I'm telling you, yeah, there are all the accessories right there. But I like that scale better, okay? That is a deluxe, and to show you that it is deluxe, we'll get Hotrod out of here. And I will bring in, what do I got handy? Warpath. Now, Warpath is on a small scale for a deluxe. And he's a bit taller. Okay, so that's a bad example. Let's bring in Siege Hound. He's a deluxe, also small. So he's a bit taller than a regular deluxe, but he's definitely no Voyager. Let's get rid of that. Let's see here. Let's bring in RC here, which I've yet to review, but there is RC, and she is a deluxe. Now, I do like that scale right there. I do like that scale. I think that's a good scale. Okay? So he should be a bit taller than her. So I like that scale. That scale works for me. Alright, let's get rid of her. And we're back. And before we go any further, let's take a look at all those accessories he comes with. Alright, so he comes with two blast effects. just blue. These clear blue blast effects. Now they can either attach on any of the weapons, just like so. Pop like that. And there's this one right here, and you can pop it on there like that. So you have your weapons shooting, or if you want, you can put them on his arms, just like so, and he can fire from his side exhausts, flamethrowers there. So you have that. And let's take a look at those rifles. We'll get rid of that. Here are the blasters. Very G1-like. I dig it. I dig it a lot. There's that one. Here is the other one. Pretty cool. Pretty cool indeed. This is red plastic painted silver. Both of them are. Does come with the saw blade, as you saw before, with a spinning saw, although it doesn't spin quite as freely as the Masterpiece does. See that? This one is not quite as free. And the same purple grayish plastic that they used. There's the Masterpiece one. There they are side by side for scale. So get rid of that. As far as the weapons go, let's see here. This is the Masterpiece rifle. This is the 86 one. Now this is more cartoon accurate, but there you go. You'd stay focused. So you got that. That handle is like that for vehicle mode. For robot mode, you swing that down. Here is the other one. Pretty cool. And compare it to its Masterpiece version. If I can get my camera to focus, there we go. Pretty cool. Alright, get rid of all that stuff. Does come with the Matrix. It is almost exactly like the one that comes with Earthrise or Netflix Optimus Prime, except the color, the interior color right here is a bit different. So is that orb. I might have switched this out with the other Prime. As a matter of fact, I think it's supposed to be like a bluer color. Yeah. Yeah, I switched it out with my Netflix because I wanted the Netflix to have a blue core. This one has sort of a smoke plastic and it's clear. So you have that, and it comes with this blast effect, which will work also with the Netflix or Earthrise Primes. So that just tabs right into there, and there you go. Stay focused, camera. My autofocus is going nuts. But you have that, and of course it can, you know, light up. Tip the camera up, and there you go. You have that lit up. So it's not quite doing it, is it? Yeah, oh well. So scroll that camera back. We'll get rid of that. Now the Masterpiece didn't come with a Matrix. Did come with a fishing rod, and yes, Studio Series 86, although it looks huge in his hands, can hold the fishing rod. If you want that, you can definitely have that option. You can definitely have that option if you want. Now, the one thing that I would like this thing to have is be able to hold the Matrix. On the Masterpiece, you could open up this panel here and open this up, and you could put the Matrix inside there. And you would have, you know, the Matrix stored right in there. You close this up. Boom. And there you go. Now, let's talk about the articulation. I told you I don't like his shoulders. He actually has, he's got about, 92% of the articulation this has, okay? So the Masterpiece has a tiny bit more articulation than this guy, all right? So there's the head sculpt, and I actually like the 86 Hot Rod face sculpt better. There's that face sculpt once again, if you want to see it. There's the Masterpiece one. Actually, I like his. I would have preferred a darker blue visor. This one has a light blue, and it is the same gimmick. You just open this up, swing that visor up inside, just like so. Get in there. Get in there. There we go. Close that up, and you have Hot Rod there. Nice blue eyes. But I actually like the head sculpt on the 86 a little bit better. But otherwise, it looks pretty much the same. It's slightly darker color reds over another red. I like the way the chest looks on that. But we'll talk about the articulation for him. He has a nice bit up. Look at that. Now, you can go further if you break the mold there. You see? You can go further. Got some nice down. Head swivel. All the way around. Not really much side to side. For arm articulation, you can go all the way around on this one. His arm will go out that far, which admittedly that one can go farther, as you saw. This one can go farther, but at a weird angle. So you got that going on, right? Right. So that's pretty cool. I guess that's a little bit better there. You do have a butterfly. You have to untab it here. You do have a butterfly. You can, doesn't really break the mold, but kind of. But, you know, you can have that. You also have this side-to-side action if you want it. You do have a bicep rotation. You do have a double-jointed elbow. You do have the same wrist articulation on that, except that you have a sort of a swivel there. You do have the swivel around, and you have a single joint there in the knuckles to open up the hand and close it. I also like the chrome here versus the silver there. I really prefer the chrome. Who doesn't love chrome on their figures? I love chrome. Well, where fitting. So you have that. But, you know, I really prefer the arm articulation on this one. You do have a waist swivel on this one all the way around. You can on that as well. But he does have an ab crunch, which that one does not. Yes, it breaks the mold, but, you know, it works. It does have an ab crunch. Now, I like the way they designed this a little bit better here on this one with these right here. I like that a little bit better because here you have flaps you got to move. You got flaps right there, and on the back you got on each side. So you have to move those flaps up out of the way to get the real amount of articulation. You can kick forward that far. Kick forward back, which is farther than that one. Alright. Mine are really tight. It's on a universal, and you get a good range out of that. Close all those flaps up. Again, my joints are really tight. Has a swivel on that just under that universal there. Double jointed knees, so you can get a better range than that one does. You also have a greater range of up, greater range of down on that toe. You do have toe down, heel down, and you do have a rocker, and that one actually has the better rocker. So, you know, for articulation wise, you know, there's a reason why this is a masterpiece, all right, and that is not. Mini masterpiece is a fan term for this toy. It's not a real thing. I know some people might be angry when they see this and hear me say that, but there is a reason why this is a masterpiece and this is not. Let's start with the paint. There is 4 times the amount of paint on this than there is that on that. The materials feel much more solid, much better build, much better hardware than it is on that. That is one solid, that is all plastic. This at least has a few pieces of die cast in it. This has the better back, as you can see here. As I about knock him over. Alright. This has a huge backpack. This one is much cleaner. So I like that. I like that. This has the better transformation, I think. This one is okay. Honestly, he looks really good. He does. He looks good. In many ways, he looks better than this one. This one, again, many people don't like how this looks. He looks skinny. right? Because his thighs, his legs and his thighs look skinny. So so I can see their point there. I can see their point. Whereas this one looks a little more thicker, you know, a little more filled out. I like the angle going slightly out and then in down here, whereas this is just one straight line. So in many ways, yes, this is better than the Masterpiece, all right? In some ways, not in a lot of ways. This was more cartoon accurate. This one is meant to be the cartoon, but with a little less detail than this one has. I like the colors here better than the red on this one. I like this color better than on this right here. Some people may prefer that. I think that looks better. It's this sort of this metallic purplish gray color, and I really like it. I just think that this is a Masterpiece for a reason that this is not, okay? There's a reason that is called a Masterpiece and this is called a Studio Series. The price point is different, what you get is different, what you're paying for is different, all right? So I like this where they're going for the more toy look on this rather than the toon look on this, I should say. So I like the fact that these are these right here can go in or out on the Masterpiece, and they kind of have that going on in the vehicle mode. Down here, they kind of have that going on, but you'll see that in vehicle mode, which we will get to the transformation right now. We will set him off to the side, and we will get him into vehicle mode. All right, real quick, because my battery ran out, so I didn't get this filmed. All right, there's a real easy way to get this from vehicle mode to robot mode, or robot to vehicle mode. The simplest way to do this without worrying about breaking anything, flip these feet out to the side. Go ahead and swing that down, swing that out, swing this out. See? Plenty of clearance, plenty of clearance. Do the same thing when it's in robot mode. Swing that leg out, swing that in, close this around as you're bringing it down, and there you go. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. No fuss, no muss, all right? So I've seen people struggle to transform that, or worry about those hinges, because that thin plastic, that's great. But if you do it the way I showed you, open this up, swing this around, you got all the clearance in the world to make this happen. Swing that around, close this back up just to show you one more time. There you go. You can even swing it around why it's like this, from robot mode to vehicle mode. Either way, it works just as well. So no fuss, no muss. Anyway, I'll be back with the robot mode. All right, I'm just about to finish this up, and what I've done now is, and you can either leave the fists out or that out. It doesn't really make a lot of difference. But I've just tabbed in these arms. There's a tab there, a little slot there, and I've just tabbed those in right here. Flip these now. Now, a lot of people miss this step, and I'm going to zoom in so you can watch it. All right, so you see that tab right there? There is this right here too. I've seen people try to force the inside that arm there, and between that yellow plastic and that red. That's not where it goes. It goes inside this channel proper. You can see there's a channel built in there for it. So what you're going to want to do is push this in, and it will click into place. See that? That's the way it's supposed to sit. I've seen too many people write reviews now. A lot of people, you know, and I got a lot of respect for the guys. They work hard. They do a lot of reviews, a lot of the newer toys. I get it, okay? But you're missing this step. Do the same thing on the other side. Make sure those arms are tabbed in first. And everything is matched up and looks right. Bring this down, and it will tab into place. And that's the way it's supposed to look. And then you swing this up. That little tab will go into that. That little tab will go into that slot right there. Again, I wish we could store the matrix in there like the Masterpiece, but we can't. So tab that in. Everything will go in. Everything will look nice. Everything will look neat. See that? That's the way that front end is supposed to look, people. All right. Then what you're going to want to do, swing this around. And again, I'm just finishing this up. Swing this down. Just like so. pretty cool. There's tabs in there, and there is, let me get this up. There's tabs there. Bring back my camera up. You didn't see that. There's tab there, tab there. There's a tab there and a tab there. We'll go into slots there and slots right in there, and it will all fit in there rudimentarily. There we go. Fit it all in. Tab it all in. Get it all to work. There we go. There's that side. There's that side. Boom. Finally, what you're going to want to do, flip this up. Flip this around. Just like so. So that these will go inside those pipes. Just like so. Flip this around. And that will lock it all in place. Just like so. Do the same thing on this side. I always save this last. Some people do it while they're doing the arms, but I do it for last for a reason. That way that I don't break anything here. Swing this around. Get that into place. Swing that in. Lock that into place. Everything is nice and neat and tabbed in. Let's make sure everything is tabbed in over here. Everything looks good. Everything looks solid. There we go. And this is him in his vehicle mode, and I like it. I like it a lot. Again, people are missing this step, doing this step improperly. I don't know how they can miss it. I'm not sure, but of course I haven't looked at the instructions. But this is how it's supposed to look, just like that. And he's pretty clean. I gotta admit, he's pretty clean. This side doesn't like to stay tabbed in all the way. I don't know what it is. Something with the feet maybe? No. I'm not sure why, but it doesn't always like to stay tabbed in. I don't know why. As you can see, it comes right out. But still, like I said, I've already pre-painted those wheels back there. So before the review, and I like him. I like him a lot. I do. I like him a lot. We'll bring my camera down here. Whoop, bring that camera in a bit. And we will do a comparison with the Masterpiece. And here we are, and this is the Masterpiece in its vehicle mode in comparison with the Studio Series 86. And I gotta tell you, I like this better. I do. I like this better. I'm gonna zoom in a bit. Raise my camera down a bit, and yeah, I just, I like this better. I think it's maybe the chrome though, to be honest, but there we go. That wasn't sitting right. Now it is. But yeah, I like this better. I like it better. There you go. I like the longer nose on here because that's also to accommodate the opening hood, so to speak. And you just pop this up and you can have the matrix inside there in that chamber right there. And yeah, he has a visible head syndrome. You can turn that head around if you wish. Totally up to you, whichever way you want to do it. It's simple as going like this, and then you can have the head hidden up in there, of course, like that. So it's totally up to you how you want to do it, but yeah, close that back up. And I like the way this closes. It's oblong this way, and then it swings back on a joint to fit in nice and solid, and that is just awesome. And I really do. I think this is better. I like this dark blue canopy here over this clear canopy, but all in all, I think this is a better vehicle mode. Now, you can store all the weapons if you don't drop them. If you don't drop them off your review table, you can store most of the weapons except on here. Now, you can on this as well, most of them. Well, on the Masterpiece, we'll get that out of there. We'll get this out of there. On the Masterpiece, you could store these weapons. You could flip that up, and you had these slots right here, hidden slots, that you could then put the weapons on if you so choose. Boom, just like so, and you had your Masterpiece with his weapons out. Or, if you wanted, you could flip up this chrome bit of the engine, flip that up, if I can get my finger in it, flip it up, boom, there you go. take one of these out. There's a slot there and a slot there for that, and you could fit one of those right in there. If you could certainly have that look if you so choose. All right. Well, you can do something sort of similar. We'll set that over there with this one. Let's see here. We can put this weapon. You'll see these slots right there. These tabs on each side, and you can certainly stick a weapon in there. So if you so choose. Now in robot mode, this is where you would store the weapon in those slots. I forgot to show that off. But you could certainly do that and have the same look going on over here as you do on the Masterpiece. So you can do that. You can totally do that. So in that, they're the same. Weapon storage, they're about the same. Except you could not store the saw blade of the Masterpiece in vehicle mode. This, you can. Get that out of there. What you can do is, if you want, we take this over here. We'll tab it in up there. And you have that going on for double weapons. Alright. And then you can take the saw blade. You've got some little slots on there that will fit on, guess what, those tabs up there. Stick that on there. I said stick on there. Stick on there. There we go. And you can certainly have that going on. You could also store it up front like that. Either way, it's up to you, but you have some options. Now, some people have talked about they've had some paint rub going on with the silver in those slots, and I have yet to see that, and I've probably pulled those weapons out of there a dozen times now. So I've yet to see any of that silver rub off. Well, I take that back right there. Look at that. I take it back. It must have just happened. What about the other one? Nope, that's not happened. But sure enough, yep, is that just as I was saying, it doesn't happen. Boom, right there, it happened. So there is some paint rub going off. But on which, yes, it happened on the saw blade. Right there, see that? It's got some silver paint rub on there. So, okay, well, that did happen. And of course, you know, set that on there like this, why not? You set that on there, wee! But overall, I think it's apples and oranges, okay, people? Honestly, this is a great figure. I like it a lot. This is a great figure. I like it a lot. Does this beat the Masterpiece? Okay, well, let's compare. This has better materials. This is more plastics. Well, this is plastics with a bit of die cast in it, just a tiny little bit. It's got the better movie look, accuracy to it. This has got the more cartoon accuracy to it. This has more paint than this. This has the better hardware on it than this does. This has the better materials than this does. So this is a Masterpiece. This is a Studio Series. They're two different things, all right? And all of this now is completely subjective, all right? All of it is completely subjective. What one person thinks is not the same thing I think. And I don't think I have this tabbed in, is what I don't think. There we go. That. Now see those jets back there, those fins? They can open up or close on the Masterpiece. But you sort of have that nod going on back here. See how that looks? You sort of have that look. Let me pop those back open right there. You sort of have that look going on. See that? You sort of have that look. And if you want, you can take the blast effects, like I said, and you can, you know, pop them onto here and have him zooming down the highway if you want. You can certainly do that. I think I like the way this is engineered better because it hides. Sure, there's a robot all underneath that, but you know, this has this look. It's clean. And then you have this. I mean, it's obvious. It's so obvious these are his legs there. Where it's a bit more hidden here. If I tilt those feet in the right way, there we go. It's a bit more obvious. I mean, sure, you got all the robot going on underneath. Actually, you know what? This is actually a bit cleaner looking underneath. Look at that. This is actually a bit cleaner looking. But I don't know, man. It's all subjective. Everything is subjective, okay? So I should call this my Studio Series versus Masterpiece subjective review. Because that's exactly what it is. It's all subjective. I just want to make sure to point out that make sure when you're transforming him that you tab these pieces in properly, okay? So you get that cleaner look where it doesn't have a huge gap there in front. Make sure that's straightened out so it's proper. That's probably why this one is not in, because it's not straightened out. There we go. Yeah, that's a little bit better. There we go, and then it'll fit in properly. So, I mean, it's all subjective. Anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. I hope you guys have stuck around and watched the whole thing. I know this is a long video. I should have warned you in the front. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Make sure to check out my playlist. Make sure you click that subscribe button. Hit the bell icon to stay up to date. And above everything else, stay safe, stay healthy, and be good to each other.